Okay, hey guys, welcome back to Condemned Criminal Origins. I don't even want to be on this pause screen right now because, oh boy, I keep getting into this habit of backtracking, not backtracking, but like restoring chapters I've already done and starting over, uh, and it's just the worst. I mean, like, I'm trying to progress in the game and I'll go to the menu and I'll press the wrong thing, or the game will send me back further than I wanted to be after I screw something up. The game is not very forgiving in that sense. And so, right before I recorded this one, the start screen, I went to the start screen and I was just like 2 or 5 seconds past where I stopped in the last episode. I was like, all right, I'll just restore the checkpoint. And the option, instead of being restore checkpoint like you'd expect on like a start screen, like that would be the first thing you'd see, what it was restore chapter or start chapter over, and it sent me like 10, maybe even 20 minutes back to the beginning of the chapter, and I was kind of grumpy, so I had to deal with that. But now we're back. Wasn't that long to catch up, but I have noticed that there is a lot of guns lying around in these levels, so we're going to use that knowledge for our advantage and try to really wipe these guys out, because the melee is not as powerful. Sometimes it is. It depends on what you're using. So, probably need that sledgehammer for something over here, but I can't tell what it is yet. Just the sense that there is a sledgehammer over there makes me believe that we'll need it. Yeah? No? So, getting back into the groove of things, gonna try to keep the energy up. It's hard to swing back into it after you're recording for a minute and you're like, I've been here before. But we're here now. Just figuring our way out. It's funny because it's like, this is normally a really fun time for me. I mean, I have fun recording these episodes. There we go. I have fun recording these episodes for the most part, and talking to people, and that makes it not feel like a grind. But when I have moments like that where I just completely lose like tons of progress, and I'm just like, even before I start this episode, I have to backtrack and get all this stuff done. I'm just like, oh, there we go. Now I'm working. It feels like a job. And that's the worst thing when you're gaming and you feel like you're doing a job. Not like a fun, like I'm having fun, but like it's just like why does this feel like I'm putting in work that should be fun? And let me just say, that's pretty. Oh, hey, Rosa.
Back off, you bastard. Come any closer and I'll
It's
rip your
just
head
me.
off.
Rosa, it's me, Thomas.
He must have clobbered me in the back of the head before taking off.
Are you okay? There were these shadowy things standing over you.
What? Look, while you're chasing shadows, that jerk tried to kill me.
Take what I do seriously, Rosa.
Did you get any of the blood sampled? I saw some hit the floor.
Yes, sampled and transferred back to the lab.
Excellent.
Alrighty. So, but yeah,
Using this computer, I'd do a remote analysis.
it's also buffer. Hold on. Come on. There we go. It's also a slog when you're playing a game that you've been playing for a really long time. And I need to start playing shorter games in the stream. I mean, this game is not long, but it's probably about 8 to 10 hours. And if we play like a game like that every other episode, I was hoping Visage would be shorter. And just to consistently be playing long games is not really my vibe. I want to like mix it up and make sure there's some stuff here that's just more bite-sized. And like I say, when I'm playing Visage and Condemned and I'm playing these games back to back, it's like they're kind of samey, and it gets a little frustrating. But you guys don't want to hear me complain about that on this stream. Like I said, Condemned is a really favorite game of mine, and I am really enjoying coming back to it. I don't enjoy starting a chapter from the get-go, but it's once we got out of the subway, the library stuff has been really fun. The department stuff was awesome. They're just handing out machine guns now willy-nilly, and I can't complain about that. So, you know, it's got me busy.
Carl Anderson. Gym teacher tells the cops on you, and now the teacher can't be found. Okay, Rosa, we have to find the school where this teacher worked.
School and city district records are in the basement.
And on the optimistic side, this episode is completely without an audio echo in my ear, which is the first time I've done a stream like that in a minute. I like normally hear like this terrible echo. It's not the worst thing, but it's just like, and it doesn't show up on the stream, but it's just like, I gotta get used to that. And now I'm like talking real time, so there's no delay, and not just that, but the audio levels with the game sound pretty good too. Like the game sounds nicer. So yeah, this is a decent episode to swing back into. Like I said, everything sounds better, and we're getting into managing and editing these videos a little more efficiently. So I'm feeling pretty good about the next couple chapters. Rosa with a lockpick. Or maybe she had a key. Oh. Damn rats.
What the hell's that? Sounds like an animal is crawling around up there.
Doesn't look like no animal I've ever seen. So in the last chapter they were telling us, I guess it's still part of the same chapter, but earlier in the level they were telling us that Thomas Becker is kind of like supernatural, gifted or something, which I didn't remember when I first played this game, but they do explore that a lot in the second game. So when I was thinking about the second game, I was like, oh, it ends the game and like he has all these powers and he starts, it's kind of supernatural and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, maybe it was like, I don't know why they went in that direction, but now that I'm playing this one, I'm like, oh, they really were talking about that from the first game. So it's not unusual that they chose to take the second game in that direction. And the second game is really cool. So, like I said, if I get the chance to find it available on Steam or somewhere I can stream it, we're definitely playing it because it is awesome. I was trying to think of other games we could play. Like, I really want to play Fear. I love those early 2000s like first-person shooter and horror games. And please, Rosa, step aside. I cannot move past you, Rosa. Please. But yeah, I also like to supposed to be here. Also like to know from people who are watching what I should be streaming. So I'm gonna try to take the question to the audience at some point.
Busted my flashlight.
Oh no, I need that.
Say what? I thought I saw something down there in the dark. I'll be
Great.
there in a minute.
It's interesting, some games that I'm playing that are like, oh, this would be perfect for streaming. And I'll start streaming them, and then I'll like play it for like an hour or two, and I'll be like, none of this is usable. Not in like a way that the game isn't good for streaming, but just like I just running out of things to talk about, or I'm not as good as I remember, and therefore it's not an interesting looking stream. Oh, hello. Hey, is that Rosa? Why is Rosa fighting me?
Thomas, it's me. Snap out of
I
it.
didn't want to swing at her because I was like, obviously it was a hallucination, but still.
Take my flashlight. Make your way around to the doors on the
Well,
other
that didn't take
side.
long.
I'll let you in there. Standing in the dark.
No, I won't. Got it.
Nervous.
But yeah, like Far Cry 3, I was like, oh, this is a great game for streaming because I've played it before, just like BioShock, and it's kind of a classic game, and it's a shooter. Ooh, that thing's scary. Kind of a classic game, and it's a shooter, and I really did want to stream that one. And I've been playing it, but like I said, I did about an hour or so of it, and I was just like, nah, it's not working for a stream. That being said, I am still replaying it. So again, this is gonna sound so stupid and probably a little like pretentious, but it's kind of like a game where I don't feel like it's work to play. Like I want it myself. I want to keep it. I want to keep it like my baby. Because this game, it's not like it feels like I'm working through this game, but when I'm streaming a game or when I'm doing a let's play of a game and I'm talking over it, it's like I have to engage and talk about the game and keep people interested in that. Or at least if it's a horror game, I gotta make it fun by reacting to some of the horror elements of it or anything like that. But Far Cry 3, I was just getting wrapped in, and I was trying to think of things to talk about. And at first I was like, okay, I know who voiced Voss, and I know who did this, and like that's fun, you know, talking about that. But then I was like, I kind of just want to play this by myself. I want to keep this. It's my baby. It's my little child. But I was playing Plague Tale too, and I still haven't decided on that one. Like Plague Tale is really like a good story-based game, so that one would be a lot of fun to do a stream of. But I'm also playing it, and I might just decide to play it again for you guys because it's a really great game. It's one of those games that I'm like, why did it take me so long to play this game? It's like my kind of game. Yeah, Far Cry 3. And there were a couple moments when I was playing Far Cry 3 that I was like, oh my god, if somebody was watching this, that would be amazing. Because there was like a scene where I took out an entire outpost. Emphasis not on me, but an entire outpost was taken out by a leopard that I had no control over. I didn't even free it, just walked into the outpost and started killing all of the soldiers, and I was like, this is the easiest outpost I've ever liberated. It was like really, it would have been like a really funny thing to catch on camera. I'm not saying like it would have gone viral, but you know, it was the kind of thing that like I think would have been definitely make like a compilation reel of what I've been playing and stuff like that. Those greatest hits.
Okay, jump down and see if you can find your way back to the stairs. I'll go back this way.
I think that video turned out really well too. It was like, as I was starting, I've probably got like 15 to 16 videos out so far, just from all my streams. And as I was starting to stream more and more, I was like, well, what's going to really get people interested in watching like this new channel? And I thought it would be a cool way to make like a best of or funny moments of and see how people reacted to that. And maybe if people watch that, they'd be interested in the stream. And hopefully that works. It's been getting some views, but we are in our humble beginnings. I don't really know how to share or promote content quite a lot yet. So if you guys have any ideas on, I don't know, what you guys want to see or what you think I should be working on, just let me know. I'd really like to like talk to somebody about the possibility of doing like a series, multiplayer series, because like games like Fortnite, they get so popular with the streamers because they're so like bite-sized and everybody knows them and you can just jump right in. But I'm not good at Fortnite and I don't want to stream that. But if there's a game like that, like I don't know, like Among Us or something like that I'm good at, I could probably do it. I feel like Among Us is going to be a phase though. I don't know. I don't know enough about that game. It's very popular right now, and often things that are as popular as it stopped being popular in usually a couple months. However, Fortnite has been popular for what, like years? I can't even recall how long it's been around. You'd think they struck gold with that franchise, or whoever did it. The Battle Royale franchise that everyone's trying to do now. If I were a game developer, I don't know. I wouldn't be streaming, probably. Yeah, that's weird. Oh, God. Speaking of Battle Royale. Get at it, guys. Just clear it out. Clear out the guys. The boys are back in town. Boys! Ow. Wow, this guy's tough. Are there two of them or one of them? Oh, ouch. Oh, where is he? There you are. Like, I got a machete. No, just a shotgun. Don't. He could kill me with one hit. Okay. There we go. No bullets. This game's interesting because the enemies aren't really getting harder, but they're just throwing more of them at me. So it's like, okay, if there's... Oh, speaking of... Oh, hey, Rosa.
Jesus, Thomas, it took you long enough.
Hey, I, like, killed 5 demons. I think it'd be fun, too, to find, like, some games that people haven't really played in a long time or heard of, or, you know, just, I was thinking maybe I should play Alone in the Dark. That game's so broken, though. Like, you can tell how frustrated I get with, like, Condemned and games like that. So that game would, like, send me over the deep end, I think. But it would be kind of funny to play it because, just because, like I said, I don't think too many people played it, and it's just ridiculous. It'd be a fun game to talk about. Just like, here we are starting the game. Blinking mechanic. Blink to finish the tutorial. I wonder what that game's on. I bet it's on the Xbox.
Put the kid and the teacher at the
Store,
same
maybe.
school in 1997.
That would be a lot of fun to play, I think. At least for a while. It might be the kind of game that I would just play, and I wouldn't make a series out of. I would just ditz around with it.
Anderson Carl. I heard a lot of Carl Andersons, but I bet this is our guy. He was enrolled or sentenced to an educational rehabilitation center for the severely troubled. St. Joseph's Secondary on Northeast 52nd and Fremont. It's been closed for 5 years, and no wonder. That's one of the worst parts of town. Christ, the cops have just been letting it go to hell for years.
And what about the faculty?
It doesn't list occupations, just a list of names. I'll take it back to the lab and see what I can find. It's him. He's been listening to us.
It looks like we've attracted other unwanted attention.
Oh boy. Oh. That sounded slicey. What do you got? Paper cutter. Don't mind if I do. Empty. Ah! I thought it was Rosa for a second. Rosa, no! Why? Alright, there's a lot of you. Ooh. Oh. God damn. Yeah, beat each other up, please. He duked me out. He was like, hey, you think I'm gonna hit you? There we go. Wow. paper cutter, I guess. Editing yesterday's episode was really funny because there was like 10 minutes I could have easily just cut out of me just getting my butt kicked when like all those guys show up in the street and the police are just watching from a helicopter. I was like, this is very funny, but very repetitive, and I look really bad because I just like for 10 minutes straight, I'm just like what do I do? Oh, but we did in that last episode get the super taser, which actually does knock them to their knees. It doesn't kill them instantly though. That's why I whack them when they're down, just to be safe.
We need to make a run for it.
Exit. Let's get out of here. Where'd she go? There we go.
What about our serial killer X?
He's got the same information we do, so that
Sounds
means
like a
he's
serial.
also going to go to the school. Perhaps I can catch two killers
Like
with one net.
I'll
nom
do
nom
it.
cereal.
Then head back to HQ and work on that faculty list.
Alrighty, let's restart the chapter. No. So there are 10 chapters in this game. I did look that up. We've got 3 more. I'm guessing that'll equate to this episode and then maybe 2 more. No, I'll try to do like this episode 1 more.
Thomas, it's Malcolm. How are you doing?
Some of the chapters
Investigation going well.
feel longer than the others. Like I said, this is kind of a
Going as
lengthy
well as
game.
it can be. Wait, what are you doing here? How did you know where to find me?
Extreme
Just a
close.
coincidence. Saw you from across the street.
Did the birds
Coincidence?
tattle on
I
me?
don't know what your game is here, Van Horn, but
I've been
I've got
collecting a
job.
lot of them. I
Excuse me.
apologize. I was thinking about it though, and I was just like there's so many clunky, like the save system and other things in this game, unfortunately. And I was just like, you know what? This game isn't a remaster or a re-release. It's literally just I'm accessing the original Xbox 360 game. So I have no place to complain because this is exactly how it was when it came out in 2006 or so. So it's like, what would be the point of being like, oh, it's 2021. You know, there's like, games have done this by now. It's like, dude, this game hasn't been touched since you know, when it first came out. So I was thinking about that, and I was like, okay, I have no place to talk. And yet, you know, something like 15 years ago, and I'm still having a ball. It's a fun game. Sledgehammer. Nope. No, we need a sledgehammer because I saw the locked door. These paper cutters do work. On me too. They really kick my butt. Huh? Dead butt? A metal piece. I got a bad idea about this. Feeling. Got a bad feeling. I got some bad ideas too. Sledgehammer. Is that the first time I've unlocked a door in this game? Usually I just pound through them. They didn't teach me how to lock and unlock doors in the Force. They did teach me how to slam them, though. Who was that? guys. Fight each other. Fight each other. I request it. Start a doorway full of these guys. Just a large pile of mutant bodies. It would be really fun to do Fallout 3. Or one of the Fallouts. Probably Fallout 3. Just kind of like not Just Cause, excuse me. Far Cry 3. The Fallout games have come out since and have. Oh no, that's not true. Fallout New Vegas is the best Fallout game for sure. That would be a fun one to stream. But I'd probably prefer streaming Fallout 3. I don't know. I just like am more nostalgic for that game. Where'd you go? Kind of like how sometimes people say BioShock Infinite is the better BioShock game, but I just like the first BioShock because when it came out, I was like, this is the best game ever, and it is. It's still a great game. But like Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 exist on their own quality level, and then obviously everyone knows the story about Fallout 76, and even Fallout 4. I was like, this is fun, but it didn't feel like I don't know. It was really fun though. Some people hated it. When will my husband return from the war? Ah! Ah! Do you know how to use that, Sonny? What we got? How much we got? 0. Thanks. Yeah, there's just a certain flavor those games get. Right in their right when they come out, like 2009, 2010 or whatever, and they just revive a series that just has no legs or just has not been thought of in a while. And Far Cry was a good example of that because Fallout's got this big cult following, and the company that did Fallout and Bethesda and all that stuff, they're obviously very popular. But I don't think Far Cry 2, definitely not Far Cry 1, had nearly as much of an audience as the third one did. Like, the first one is pretty much just an island shooter. I think it's supposed to be kind of fun. It looks like Crysis, or not Doom, but like it kind of looks like Crysis or one of those kind of Rambo-esque games. But the second one is really interesting because how did I know that was gonna happen? I see you. Second one's really interesting because, kind of like Alone in the Dark, the second one tries things that don't really work, but they're very inventive. It's very clever. So like in Far Cry 2, you can start fires and stuff, and based on where the wind is blowing, the fires can destroy certain parts of the environment and let you access certain things, and also like you can take out your enemies at an outpost with a well-placed fire. It's pretty cool, but it doesn't all work, so that's why it's not the most successful Far Cry game. But then in Far Cry 3 they were like, hey, that was a good idea, let's make it better, let's improve on that, and they did, or they cleaned it up at least, and it works better. But you have to have an admiration for games like that are just like it's not perfect, but we're onto something, you know what I mean? Like certain games that are like earlier Assassin's Creed games, and now that series is just so large. Like there's just no matter what you think of Assassin's Creed, I think there's a game for everyone in that series. I really do, and I think that they've been very good lately. But the early Assassin's Creed games were like, all right, we're gonna introduce gangs and cooperation with other players and like a syndicate and all that kind of stuff. Be right back, guys. All right. Yeah, you get games like Assassin's Creed. The first game obviously was the hardcore game and the hidden blades and all that kind of stuff, and then they just expanded upon it, different mechanics. And I don't even know if like they knew what they were on to when they first created that game. But also like it's one of those cases where like I don't know if they got ahead of themselves, but they were just like okay, it's a really cool concept, and keeps adding more mechanics. But then you get to a point where it's just like they were so popular for a minute, and then there were too many of them, and they stopped being popular. And then also because there were so many of them, and they wanted to release them on such a time scale or window, they were like really buggy. Not all of them, but some of them were. I'm actually surprised like the newer ones aren't. At least I didn't think Valhalla was, or Origins, and those are my favorites. I do think it's the case of like the newer ones do get a little better. And I'm a nostalgic guy. I like playing older games, but there's not a lot of replay value to any of the earlier ones. Story-wise, they're fine. I mean, even the stories in the new ones are kind of... And part of it, and I've seen some criticism about this too, is just that they've created this overarching storyline that's just... it's so thick, that it's just like the Brotherhood and the Syndicate and all that, and throughout all history, and there's the Animus, and you have to use the Animus or you can't. And it's just like people aren't, they're not they don't care about that as much. At least I don't think most people do. Whoa. Because these games are so historically just beautiful and recreated that I don't know, it's like, why would you bring in this? I mean, I get it originally why they would want to do this arcing theme, and they have to tie the series together some way, I guess, because it's like a really long series with lots of different time places, and just like everywhere in the game is a different setting in each game. But then it's like, oh, thousands, hundreds of thousands, and centuries and whatever have gone by, and we have to make sure that this is all connected to one story and one treasure. It's like, okay, I guess. And then every game has that like stuff where you have to get out of the Animus and play not a real person, but you play like a civilian or a doctor or a scientist, and it's just like, I want to be a Viking again. Stop this level. It's like dramatically halts the pace of the game down to a very kind of boring level. That's a cool effect with the light. Lighting in this game is actually really good. I say hesitantly because the flashlight system is not my favorite. I mean, it's just it doesn't feel like a very powerful flashlight. It feels like a baby flashlight. Flashlight for babies. Real life cops' flashlights would be like insanely powerful. I don't really need this, but multi-luminescence. Oh, hello. Who's that big guy? I don't know who he is. Okay. And let's do a slap. I was gonna do a move, but that would've been really funny if you or one of these times, one of them grabs a conduit or a pipe and they just electrocute themselves. That like, ah! I don't know, that would be kind of fun. Yikes. 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 There we go. Let's go get that other health. In short, if you want to play the Assassin's Creed series, don't feel any obligation to. And I'm kind of a completionist, and then it's really easy to get game fatigue, if you try it with these games. But there is absolutely nothing that makes it seem there's no reason to play these games in order. Unless you really want to, like, see the process of how these games turn out. But there really is no reason to play these games in order. And I would say there's no reason to play them all either. Like, some people say that, like, there are some of the ones that aren't considered as good. Like, I think almost universally people hate the third one. But even that one I played a little bit of, and they had remastered it, so I was like, well, maybe I'll check this out for the first time. It's like a 2010 release. And I was like, okay, I can see kind of what they were doing here, but it's not working. Even now, today. And so I was like, I didn't mean to play this game. That's not a good idea. Oh, get that gun out of your hands. No bullets by the time he's done with it. This feels silly to have a submachine gun in this game. I don't know. I'm a cop on the edge. I've had it with these crazy guys. I'm just gonna shoot them in the legs now while they're jumping in the air. Game's like, yes, it's getting harder, but we're giving you insane amount of guns. Like, more guns than you'd ever expect to find in a abandoned subdivision. I can't argue with that. You know that melee system we taught you about where you kind of time out your attacks and all that? Well, we got you a super powered taser and we're throwing a bunch of guns at you. So just say fuck that. Just shoot everybody. Oh, okay. It's like a school. Cool. The environments of the second one are, I think there's like one that's set in like a fun house or something like that. It's really cool. Come on now, okay, we'll get down. But it's, again, I don't know why. Money is usually money, but a third game would have been so good. I would have loved that. Nope, I want the bird. Game's vibrating because it's like, I know you want to get the bird. I know you want to get the bird. I want to get the bird. Give me the bird. Give me the bird. There we go. Give me the bird. But yeah, a third game in the Condemned series, making it a Condemned trilogy, I would have just peed my pants. Assuming I'm like a real little kid, not a teenager, which I was a teenager, so that would have been embarrassing. If peeing your pants is cool, I'm Miles Davis. Ugh. Hey! Is he alive? They're on these little rides, huh? Like, give me a boost! Alright, we're gonna duke you out. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There we go. Come on now. Come on now. Alright. Just kind of got a rhythm here. Once you get that down, it's like, alright, here we go. Man, you take a lot of hits. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I could have handled much more of that. Oh boy. That was, use cleaver. Oh. Slice. That was a tough one. I'm taking chances. Yeah. I know there's health out there, but I don't want to die and have to go back to that boss fight. Oh, buddy. That was, put some hair on my chest. Oh. There we go. Oh, I probably gotta use my taser. Start thinking with electricity. Maybe? Nope. Nope. Nope, oh, that was silly. That's not how tasers work. I sense a ton of enemies are gonna pop out. I'll have to run around and kill them all. I had to guess. What did that do? Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay, where is the evidence? Is it up? Is it up here? Yeah, it sure is. Ka-ching.
Transfer complete. It's Tibbetts. Fingerprints from his personnel file match the hand. It looks like the torturer got to him before we did.
Continue searching for Mr. Tibbetts. Can I leave now? There we go. Let me fight I'm talking about. Where are they? I hear bad guys. Maybe I'm still looking around. Ominous red dodgeball. I'm gonna leave that hand right there. Gotta be in here. Oh. I guess they're starting to get scary again. Go back up or no? this way? Where go, game? Well, clearly I can't go back up. Otherwise it'd be like a ladder or something. But I don't know what's over here. Whack. There's a ladder. Just had to turn around. Okay. Guess I'm gonna go up. If I were a serial killer, and for the record I am, I would probably go up. Schoolyard. Great memories here as a kid. Collecting dead birds. Good times. Ugh.
Thomas speaking.
Thomas, I just wanted to make sure you met me out front when we were done. I didn't want to interfere with the investigation, but...
Ouchies. Dramatic fellow. Alright, buddy, playtime's over. I think this is some kind of sick joke. You think I'm laughing? Big guy. Big guy. Ah. There we go. Stay down. Wackaroni. Oh, shit. I was wrong. This is where all the enemies come out. Oh, a rifle. Oh boy. I never. Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, that's what I thought. And if I would have had this in the boss fight with Mr. Cleaver, I would have been very well off. But they're probably like, no, that'd be too easy. What you got for me? What? Submission? Nope, out of bolts. Is that the best you got? You think I'm scared? Just a little. One bullet. Make count. Alrighty. No. That guy's Yeah, I thought I saw your arm in the basketball rink. Court. Is that what they call them?
Transfer data when ready.
Ugh. thing. Do the thing. There we go.
Blood type's still a match. This is Tibbetts Trail.
Slowly open the door. Oh, there we go. I got one bullet with your name on it. Am I hearing a dead bird? Oh yeah. My favorite part. Must be getting pretty close to the end of the level. This one's longer. Perhaps there's a boss fight coming. Ah, waste. Each other. Can't see. Can't see. Alrighty, back to it. Locker room. Where the boys at? Are the boys back in town? Oh, I need a shovel. And I need to avoid that. I do think this level is longer than the previous two. Like I said, this game is a good 10 hours or so. It's got a lot of content, which is cool. I bought this on the marketplace, so it's worth the whatever I spent on it. 10, 20 bucks. Like I said, there's other games I really liked when I was younger, but I don't know what the return value is to those. Like, this one manages to stay fun, just because the mechanics work so well. But I'm not sure, like, if I went back to grab to play like Assassin's Creed 2 or something, which is a great game, I don't know if I'd have that much fun replaying it. It's just, I don't know. Some games you just gotta appreciate from afar what they were rather than what they are today. Again, I don't think I ever beat that one. Could be wrong. Where's the shovel? I really don't know, guys. Shovel. Am I completely lost? Like, where am I now? Alright, I must have missed. Just trying to see if you can break through those. It's probably past where I went through the gap in the cabinet or so. Because, like, why would it be back that far? This will be an edited episode, as you probably can already tell. I stepped away from this chapter for a little bit today, though. I ran some errands and kind of, oh! Did I miss something over there? I found that already. Maybe not.
Not much new here. I'll run a DNA profile.
The trail just ends at a bank of lockers.
Thomas, have you looked inside?
Inside the locker. Is the shovel in the locker? Ugh. Yeah, it's certainly a dead body. My powers of deduction are at least that good.
I believe you found Mr. Tibbets. Image seems to match personnel file. It didn't come through properly, though. Can you take a close-up?
Yeah, get close. Oh, I forgot about that.
Help is on the way.
That's a solid
Who
jump
did this to
scare.
you? The torturer. Okay, take it easy. Do you know where he is
Not
now?
much I can offer you, buddy. Missing most of your face. Listen,
Rosa,
buddy,
send it
do you know where I can
to
find a
me.
shovel?
Cancel.
Oh, right here.
2 points of note. DNA taken from the hair matches current profile we've established for the guy who's been stalking you. The guy we're calling Serial Killer X. Also, there are some additional organophosphate particles present.
Similar to the pesticide we found on the matchmaker's neck?
An exact match. I've been running an analysis on those samples. It's azinphos-methyl and is class 1, highly toxic. Was previously used as an insecticide for all sorts of agricultural crops. Now banned for domestic use and can only be used commercially by permission. This particular formulation includes some other trace chemicals and can be matched to a brand name called Applewell. I've put in a contact to the company to see if we can get a purchaser's list.
Applewell. Apples.
Yes, as I said, it was used on
Apples?
all sorts of agricultural crops. Apples would be one of those.
The town of
Bananas.
Briar's pretty rural. Any chances there's an apple orchard up there?
I'll get right on it.
Final level. Face the apple boss. There we go. That not shock me? Maybe not. I feel like it would, though. Maybe if I'm holding the wood part of the shelf, it wouldn't do anything. Oh, cool. This feels like a Tony Hawk Pro Skater level. This is a really cool level. I've been saying that about most of them, but this, it's cool. It's like, very spooky. Come on out. Nice. That's fine. I just don't want a shovel. Shovel takes like 5 hours to swing. It's just too dang long, and it drives me bananas. I don't know if I'd necessarily say this has to have it, but I would wonder what the game would be like if it had a, like, you could hold health packs instead of just, like, pick them up. Like, that might be, beneficial. Oh, come on! There we go. I am bad at this game. This episode's gonna be so short, because it's just gonna edit out like 30 minutes of me getting my ass kicked. Come on, bring him out. Meanwhile, I want to play, I want to play Alone in the Dark, and that game's gonna piss me off even more. Where are you coming from? Just this way? Yes, I want to put credit. That would be good. Okay. 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 There we go. I think. Oh gosh. Test your might. It's basically what it is. They're just like, how long can you last in a pool with 10 crazy people? Need a fire axe. Okay. Hold on. There we go. Fire axe, here I come. There we go. I don't. Sorry, guys. There we go. Oh yeah, mama. Okay. Huh. Time traveling now? Time warping or something? Spooky lockers. Oh, another one you use. Use. Actually, just took one hit. I could use health. Wonder if I missed some. So, bourbon here. Piece of metal. Yeah, metal piece. It's so funny how wildly different the collection, like, you collect birds and you collect pieces of metal. There's no in between. Okay, can I collect like badges or something, or like serial killer trophies? It's like, no. Birds, pieces of metal. What the hell is the metal pieces? What is that supposed to mean? Just don't think about it. Just collect birds, pieces of metal. What if I stand in the middle of the blood? Something happen? Oh, that close on me too? Are doors closing around me, or am I just bumping into closed doors? Boy, this place sure is a mess. Okay, guys, quit playing around. Get out of here now. Ooh, that's a creepy sound. Yeah, I really don't like that. Can we stop with that noise? It's scaring me. Get it out. Alright. I'm stuck for the record. What the hell is going on? I turned into Flubber for a minute. That was a good movie. I don't care what Robin Williams said. I'm just kidding. I'm sure he liked the movie too.
There are no currently licensed fruit orchards in the town or the surrounding countryside of Briar. But there was one once. Appleseed Orchard, just outside of Briar on Route 4.
Give me a minute. I'm on the phone.
But closed its doors just 10 years ago after a tremendous outbreak of apple maggots.
Ugh.
The orchard never recovered.
Take your time, young man.
Deeds show it's owned by an out-of-state real estate firm.
Okay, so what is it? Okay, come on. Episode over. Firearm Freedom Award. What does that mean? Wait, did I actually, Oh, you know what? I think I completed the chapter without using a gun. Not like I wanted to. Against my, what do you call it? My better judgment. I didn't see any available, though, to be fair. Alright, guys, we're going to wrap it here. We have 2 chapters left, and I think I'm going to try to do them in one episode, both of them, and make it the finale. We're definitely really close to beating the game, so if we do all that together, then it should be a nice wrap up to a couple episode series. I think we had like 7 or 8 episodes done. Alright, so I'm going to just call this here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
I'm some sort
Bye.
of circus freak to